In the year 2020, corporations rule the world. Cybernetics and body modification have become accessible to even the farthest reaches of society, and ultra-materialism is abundant. The wealthy live lavish and untouchable lifestyles while the rest of us fight for what's left in gang-ridden and corrupt megacities. One of such metropolis is where our journey takes place. Night City. Now understand that Night City is not a toy. If you play with it, it will knock you down and put two in your skull before the trauma team even gets an alert. For some, it's a land of opportunity. For most, it's where you can learn. Welcome to the city. It's CYBERDRUNK. Where it all begins. Where it all begins.
Yo, welcome to the city where survival for the freakiest, where tombstones and lead showers are for the cheeky bitch, where robots and dead cops are in the streets. If it's a clean kill, you might just make up with it and shit. I don't wanna look at that shit. Why? Corporal living pussy dumb bitch. You just mad I'm living your bitch. I could hit the streets and get rich. Well, you're gonna need a robot cop from the Whipper Dot. Pray your mother don't get caught by a crooked cop. Say another word and might fuck with your social score. Drop a couple points in every soccer show when you.
What do you mean outside? Are you guys inside? We're all outside.
Oh, we're in? Yeah, we're all outside. Oh, man.
Did I miss something?
Sorry.
Are we outside?
They got random readers for prescriptions, trauma teams, and ring a whore. San Diego, Philadelphia, Belfast, and Singapore. Military offers for the wars that were for. Oh, and one last thing. They've got more money, power money, flavor money, tops. And when they built these fucking towers, they forgot to so do blocks. And I still to barely hit you, but you're working up to rock. So I dream about the future as I walk the city block.
That applies to martial arts, I believe.
Fuck.
Okay.
I've got 5 persuasion and fast talk for future references.
Okay, I got this. 1 sec. Oh! It's not terrible, not terrible.
Better been a good roll.
I don't have a whole lot of empathy. 14. Sorry.
I think I have that in just my base roll.
So
Wait, my empathy's 9.
Why you gotta flex?
the one guy that's actually like double-handed carrying the briefcase looks at you guys, and he looks at Hunter as Hunter kind of inquires about the money, and he sort of rolls his eyes and says, yeah, I don't know who told you what. You'll get this for now. We'll pay you the rest later. And as he says that, the front driver window kind of like slightly rolls down from the car, and you see like a hand sort of like poke out with a wad of cash. As you,
I want to send one to one of my Yakuza guys to go grab it.
How much
one of
cash?
them?
Yep, just one of them.
Okay. So the one Yakuza dude walks up and grabs it, and he kind of counts it quickly and hands it to you, Hunter. And he says, "There's 2,000 here right now, so it's about 500 per person that's there."
I'm gonna say no. That wasn't the deal.
Wait, how much were we supposed to make? I mean,
We're supposed to make 1,500 each. That's 500 each. That's $1,000 cheaper than they said.
1,500 each. So we're supposed to make 750 each right now because we're only supposed to make half up front, right?
Yeah, and this isn't half.
You're right that this isn't half.
1,500 is the total.
Are we getting
Not the
angry
initial
about this?
payment.
I'm gonna say no, that wasn't the deal.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have a problem.
And say we
The
were.
deal hasn't even gone down.
If you want the goods, it's gonna cost you a little bit more right now.
Who would have thought Chelsea with the backbone here? Woo!
Okay,
I
you
want
can.
my money.
You got some persuasion. Yeah, you got your
All
persuasion.
right, you can.
Worth like $1,000.
All right, Chelsea, you can make a persuasion sort of a check, whatever relates specifically to that, whatever skill you want to use.
This was not the agreed upon amount.
This was not. It's $1,000 cheaper. I would be pissed. Oh, I got a 10. Nice.
Whew.
Oh,
Critical success.
Yeah, good thing I'm fucking talking to these guys. Maybe.
Great success.
I ended up with 31.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh fuck. What the hell? That's ridiculous.
I put my shit into persuasion.
Oh my god.
I don't want to.
It's like you convinced them and also like seduced 3 people randomly walking by.
This guy's just like,
started handing us money.
Ooh. I want to join them.
old man.
So the guy carrying the briefcase that Hunter was talking to earlier, he does pay attention to what you said. With a frustrated tone, he kind of like knocks on the side of the car again, and another secondary, slightly smaller quantity of money comes out through the car window, and says, "We don't have time to negotiate a deal that we've already set upon completing. This is it. We're doing this now. We're not spending any more time talking about this. Let's get this done. The remainder, the last $250 to settle the half of the payment, is handed out the window, and all 3 of them, after the Yakuza guy grabs the money, immediately begin to head towards the entrance of the mall.
So we now have 1,500 each, or no?
No, 750 each.
No, that's the full amount, babe. At the end.
I thought we were supposed to get
just got the half.
1,500 now
No.
and then 1,500 after.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, that's in total. And then we get like
Yeah.
$1,000 upon. Wait, what was it?
What do we get right now?
We're getting $750
I think-
right now.
Yeah, I kind of had a bit of a brain fart there. I'm gonna say they're gonna give you $750 now, and then when you finish it, they're gonna give you another 1,000. So it's just under half of how much it is.
Okay.
Cool.
Is how much we're gonna roll.
Let's rock and roll.
So you guys each got another $750 right now, and then they'll give you another 1,000, or yeah. So that's basically how it'll go down. So after they give you the last $750, the 3 of them immediately begin to head towards the entrance to the mall, post haste. Like, they're not necessarily lollygagging; they start to move quite quickly.
They
in
want
there.
their drugs.
Oh, they're dropping them. Apparent, like that's so they to your knowledge, they have the drugs in their possession. They're selling them, and then they will receive payment and leave.
Oh, I thought we were delivering the drugs.
Yes, yeah. You guys, like, you're basically escorting them with the hypothetical Pulp Fiction briefcase of whatever to the drop off.
Yeah.
Roger.
Okay.
So
let's get going.
take.
Us
I want to take my guys and try to find overlook on that front door. If we have to grappling hook there, then I can manage that. But maybe, I don't know what. Is there a way up to the roof easily on that apartment?
So the apartment is about 10 stories high. The elevator is not working. I'm gonna say it's gonna take you about 1 minute to go up every single floor that you want to get to. So if you want to try to get to the roof, it's going to take you about like 10 minutes or so to get there. All along the wall of the apartment building, kind of looking towards the entrance, the main entrance to the mall, there could be other entrances and exits. There are windows overlooking it at all levels, which are basically just like apartment windows that are kind of scattered along it. So you can head into the apartment, you can go to any floor you want, whatever, but it's going to take you like longer and longer to get to every sequential floor after that. So who's going to be going with the Voodoo Gang, the Voodoo Boys, in
I
the mall?
guess myself, Chelsea, and Dana
Yeah.
are going to be following them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of, when they go into the store, as soon as the piranhas meet up with them, I'm gonna pretend to be a bystander and have a smoke outside discreetly.
Outside of the mall?
Yeah, and now or the shop, wherever they're going into to do the deal. Is it the mall?
Well, there's a shop
It's just
inside the
a
mall.
store we're going
I've got
into.
watch on the door
Okay,
for the
yeah.
mall, but if you get watch on the door for the
Yeah,
shop,
so
that's probably good.
Then we'll go into the mall and I'll go with them, and then when they go to do the deal in the shop, I'll just pretend to be a bystander, sit down with my guitar case and chill.
Okay, very nice.
I will put my arm.
Hunter, do you have any? So you're gonna head in with the Yakuza guys. Do you know what floor you want to go to, or like you can just give me a general idea of that?
How tough would it be to grappling hook to the roof? Well, honestly, I'm okay with also going to the second floor, but what I'm trying to avoid is smashing into somebody's apartment.
I mean, you can go up and just inspect apartments and try to find one that's abandoned or something like that. Like it's a pretty shitty apartment block, so you can certainly do that.
Yeah,
And
okay. You
just
know
look.
what? We'll just run into. Yeah, I'll take the boys. We'll go into the apartment building. We'll head to the right stairwell and try to look for an empty apartment.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So Hunter, I'm gonna get you to make an awareness notice check. Everyone else, as you begin to head into this mall, it's quite silent. Deep, like it's like a very like there's no lighting inside of it aside from like ambient lighting. It's like I don't know, like most malls, how they have kind of like an overhead sort of glass lighting. A lot of the lighting is just sort of like ambient skylights that illuminate it. There's not a lot of natural lights. There's a couple of like neon LED ones. You enter into the mall. You do pass one store on your right, which is sorry, it'll be on your left actually as you walk in, which is right here. And it is just like a super generic, it's called Montgomery's Tattoos. It's literally just like a tattoo shop. And as you head a bit farther down, you do approach what appears to be like a really shitty, almost like convenience store that's broken down. As you walk up, the one of the Voodoo Gang guys kind of like spaces out and heads down, so he can see down the end of this hallway here, and the other two are standing in front of the main glass doors there, ready to go in.
And they're still walking around with their SMGs just hanging there.
Yes.
Fucking savages.
The store entrance is like very much at the front. It's like one of the first stores right here.
Cool. I'm just gonna chill. I'm actually gonna take my LMG out, Eric, and I'm gonna put it behind me again and lean up on the wall. Is that I don't know where I am, but I'm gonna be in between. Yeah, put me back to the wall, the same wall as the Montgomery tattoos. And just beside it, like kind of away from the tattoo shop a little bit.
Okay.
So a little closer to where the team is.
Okay.
From there.
Yeah, the entranceway to the shop is right here.
Yeah, so go on the other side. Yeah, right there.
Okay. This one, guys, the Voodoo Gang guys, kind of like fanned out, looking down that hallway. Tony, where do you want to be in relation to this? The entranceway to the store that they're gonna head into, which the doors are closed. It's two double glass doors. Sorry, this is kind of jumping around a bit. Are right here. And the two Voodoo Gang guys, one with an SMG, one with the double-handed briefcase, is heading in there, and you guys are just sort of behind.
Okay. Are you guys gonna go in with him?
Yeah.
With the piranha
I'll,
guys? Yeah.
Yeah, do it. I'll be the Overwatch inside the mall.
I mean, if Tony is going inside as well, I'll go with him.
I'll go inside too. I don't know if we like all. Dana, you're gonna be mainly watching the door, having us covered if anything starts to like go down.
Yeah, the main
Chelsea,
door
do
and
we
the
want
other
to like
guys watching.
be blending into the background, like close enough to help if anything happens, but like far enough to not.
Yeah,
make it seem
I can
like they're
see in the
too
store.
overly guarded.
Yeah, I can see through. Can I not, Eric? I believe I can see through the store.
All of the windows are so dirty and like they are glass windows all along here looking in, but a lot of them are super duper dirty, and you really can't get a clear picture of what's going on inside.
Okay.
You do.
So I'd like to move closer to the door of that shop that the deal's going down in. I'm just gonna chill by the door and.
You do hear echoing down the hall of the actual mall. You do hear kind of like almost just not actual like music, but mainly just like the bass sort of like echoing through the actual building. That's the only real noise you hear. In regards to the actual floors, the floors are like just wet with like rainwater and like just dirt debris, completely unkept. It's just a completely almost abandoned mall that seems to be completely unmaintained.
Nice.
As the two Voodoo Gang members open the door, you actually do start to hear a little bit of music resonating from the inside of that room, just lightly playing. They both head in, and Tony and Chelsea are right behind.
Yeah, I guess
I've got no stealth, so I can't like blend in with anyone. Really.
I'd
Cool.
actually like to
I think it's
try
empty.
to like blend into the background and just like be again close enough that I can be there if anything happens, but hopefully like hidden away so they're
So
not
Chelsea's
too
going in with the
suspicious
drug
of
deal.
how else they are.
Wow.
That's
So-
fine.
Oh,
I got
boy.
good persuasion.
Tony, you guys gotta go in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like go in the room with them, but like
But like
fade into the
not be
background.
Okay.
but
All right.
be unnoticed. Like he slipped
Okay.
in the door and just like
Okay, he's going in. All right.
I'm a strut in.
Dope.
Okay, so as the two Voodoo Gang members enter in there and you guys walk into the store, you notice that this appears to have been some sort of almost like convenience slash newspaper store beforehand. Behind the counter, you notice two guys both wearing yellow paraphernalia that are just kind of like hanging out behind the counter there. In the corner, I'm just gonna copy this guy.
Yellow
They're-
paraphernalia.
Yeah, like one's wearing like a yellow bandana, another one's just wearing like kind of like a yellow wristband.
They're piranhas.
In the corner, so there's two of them behind the counter, and then over here, kind of like chilling and almost looking at the window, but not quite. There's an actual like sofa, just kind of like sitting in the middle of the room, and there's a TV stand, and these guys are just sitting there like chilling and playing some like console video games, basically. Both of which are also wearing yellow paraphernalia as well.
PS8.
The actual interior of the convenience store looks like it seems to be stocked somewhat. Kind of in front of the counter here is like candy bars and just like junk food and packaged food and stuff like that. Old newspapers piled up in corners. Behind the counter, however, seems to be slightly more well kept, and it's almost like where there used to be a cigarette rack, only instead of there being like cigarettes behind them, all of the little like panels and stuff that used to contain the cigarettes have been ripped off, and it's all just bullets and ammunition, magazines. There's a couple of pistols up behind them. It's just just completely overwhelmed with knives and weapons and small
Nice.
arms.
Cool.
That's nice.
So Tony and Chelsea, do you guys want to stay at the door? Or do you want to approach with?
I'm gonna like approach off to the side and try to just like sneak stealthily, just hover around these guys without trying to be seen. I guess I don't know what the inside of
Well,
I can, like hide behind the
Do you-
shelving.
I mean, if you're gonna just walk into the room, they're more than likely gonna see you do so.
They just see me walk in, they're like,
Inconspicuously
"Damn."
walk in.
You can hang out
Dun, 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 dun,
outside
dun,
of the
dun.
room. So we'll just
No,
so
in that case, I'll just walk in then.
okay. So
No more
Be right
stealth
behind them.
at this point.
the one voodoo gang member kind of like double holding the briefcase, like slaps it on the counter there, does the two like latches on it, and just does a 180 with the chest and or the briefcase and kind of like spins it around on the table and then opens it up towards the two guys behind the counter. Um, from there,
Goddamn.
from there, we're gonna hop over to Hunter. So Hunter, you made an awareness notice check for going through that that apartment building.
Correct. Oh, what was it? I think it was 18.
Okay, I think I wrote it down. Yeah, it was 18. Okay, so you're actually as you navigate in, you go up the first floor, you look around. You are able to find an unlocked and abandoned room on the second floor, facing towards that courtyard there.
Very nice. Very nice.
However, it's not in like super ideal optimal positioning. It is a single window, so comfortably you could have one person standing in it. The window is actually boarded up, and it is to the kind of like the east side of the actual entranceway. So the entranceway was right here. You guys are more down here. The room that you enter in is completely abandoned. It appears to be ransacked. There's odds and ends of like random civilian clothes. The drapes are on the floor, overturned couch, broken and damaged tables and chairs, smashed dinnerware. The window overlooking the street is boarded up. And yeah, so you're right here. So that's basically your line of sight. If you wanted to have line of sight, you basically have to kind of like hang out in the corner there and look out. But there's only real comfortable positioning for one person to kind of stand there and look and aim at that entranceway there.
Right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I tell my friends, you two, you wait outside of the mall on either side of the doors. Do not engage until I fire. That is key. Do not fight until I fire.
And they're basically just gonna hang out like down here type of thing.
Yeah, like I'm hoping on either side of the mall entrance.
Okay. That type of thing.
Yes.
Oh shit, we got this
Hopefully
place locked
inconspicuously, but obviously if it's not that easy, then whatever.
Okay, very nice. Back over here in the store, they slide the briefcase across the table, open it up. The one guy that was kind of down here fumbling with something comes over, and they're both taking a look at the interior of the case. And they both kind of look at it. They don't say anything, but one of them nods, the one that was kind of fumbling with something, and he leaves and he walks out a side door over here. Behind the counter. There is kind of like one of those like flip down counters right about here to get behind the counter, but he goes past that out kind of like a side door and departs. Tony, Chelsea, you're just gonna sit tight there?
No, I'm gonna venture with our boys. They're right at the counter now. I'm just gonna kind of hang out just off to the left of the guy on the left.
Hey Eric, can I just say that I locked the door and slid a chair under the handle when they left?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Tony, you're
just as a note.
Sir.
Tony, you're gonna leave the store and go out here?
No. I'm gonna go over to the guys at the counter.
Oh, okay, up beside him.
I'm gonna chill and watch the guys behind the couch and watch them play video games while casually.
I think Tony said he wanted to be on the left side of those guys, Eric.
Oh, I did. Thank you. Hang out behind that guy. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna look behind the couch and chill behind them and watch them play their video games. So if I need to execute them. I'm right behind them.
Yes. Chelsea, a fucking savage.
Damn,
So-
yeah.
Savage.
Chelsea, as you get closer to them, you do notice in front of them, on kind of like a table in front of the TV, is just like packs of cigarettes, smoking paraphernalia. There is a small plastic bong, a couple of
Okay.
other odds and ends, just random items. But there is actually like a single knife, like dagger, stabbed into sort of like the wood of the table that's sticking out, as well as what appears to be a small caliber pistol sitting out on the table as well. Tony, as you approach the counter, the gentleman behind it doesn't have any weapons in his hands. However, kind of like clipped to his side of his belt, he does have a very, very heavily sawed off, but nonetheless 12 gauge shotgun. The two guys that just put the briefcase on the counter are still chilling. The one guy that put the case on the counter doesn't have any weapons on him, but the other guy is still just casually carrying his SMG. Shortly after the one Piranha gang member leaves the room, he does return, and he has a slightly smaller, like just black duffel bag, and he places that on the counter right in front of you and the other guy, Tony. As the Voodoo gang member opens it, you're able to see copious amounts of currency and money, definitely tabling the above $100,000 worth of money.
Over
Nice.
100,000?
Holy fuck.
Yes.
Fucking start a shootout. Sorry.
Oh my god, babe.
Oh,
I ain't going to war with two gangs. Fuck
That was an
shit.
inner monologue.
they're hungry. They're hungry.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Tony's-
That's good.
Here
Tony's
comes the
the
heist
only-
already.
Tony's the only person that has seen it.
I'm watching the COD game.
The one guy, the one Voodoo gang member, quickly, very briefly inspects it, zips up the bag, and grabs it and slings it over his shoulder. The two Voodoo gang members kind of like nod to the other two Piranha members behind the counter and turn around and immediately begin to start walking out.
It's a big drug deal.
Oh.
Okay.
He said,
Can I do a perception?
Yeah.
Missing anything?
I know what the fuck is happening.
Wait, Tony said something. Tony said something, guys.
Tony, what's up?
Can I
What
do
did
a
he say?
Perception check in the room. Just to
Sure.
see if like anything I'm not noticing is happening that I should be aware of, like they're readying their
Okay,
weapons on the
okay.
couch, or if these guys are like slowly reaching for their guns or anything.
Nice move, Tony.
Yeah,
Nice move.
yeah, you can just make an awareness notice, Tony.
Kiss the dice,
Alright.
baby.
I got a 23.
Yay!
Okay, very nice. Everything seems pretty chill as you kind of look around the room. The guys playing video games, they don't deviate and look at anything else. The two guys behind the counter, they don't reach for any weapons. However, everyone in the room kind of flinches almost briefly as they do hear the sound of a gunshot ring out, not from inside of the store, but however from on the street, on the outside of the building. Pretty much everyone in the vicinity, including Hunter as well. However, it's slightly outside of your view. You do hear a gunshot coming from what you'd assume to be the area where the vehicle pulled over that everyone met up from you guys. Tony, you hear a single gunshot, but then immediately after, you do hear multiple others ring out, and they just like the quiet streets kind of like you just hear like a full auto like machine gun burst kind of ring out, echoing into the mall.
No.
Okay,
no.
and that's coming. They're shooting at the car that delivered the Voodoo guys.
You
We don't know.
don't necessarily know that. That's all that you hear.
No.
You hear like a
shit.
you
Okay.
hear
In the
you hear
right
like
direction.
you hear like a single like single shot followed by a rapid fire burst. You can hear it from the hallway, kind of echoing through there, but you can also hear it through the very thin kind of glass and slightly damaged windows going outside into the street.
So
Uh,
it's close enough that
Can I make a
it's,
quick move here?
yeah,
close
you,
threat.
Tony's
Ladies and
turn.
gentlemen? I'd like to immediately call Tony as I start jogging with one arm on my LMG out to the front door and tell him what I heard or whatever, and say it's not us and everybody in this hallway is fine.
It was Tony
to
that
relay that
noticed it.
information to the piranhas. No, everybody jolted a little bit. Eric said, because we can hear that shit,
Inside
right? It's
the
gunfire.
building. You can't see the guys inside.
there.
Okay, so
No,
we
I
know that this
heard
is
it.
happening
You-
like
yeah, so-
towards
so-
the,
So I'm running
van
for the
of
door.
Voodoo Guys gang.
Yeah.
So what are we like thinking right now is happening? Is it just
I'm going
random
right for the
gang
door,
violence
Eric.
on the streets,
Right
or
fucking
did these
now.
guys just like ambush our car?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm going to check out. Someone's got to get fucking boots on the
But what
ground here.
I'm saying is, Dana, you don't see these people react to that sound because you're not
Well,
in.
I hear the sound too, though.
Okay.
It's a gunshot outside the front door of the mall,
He
so I'm
probably
fucking
hears it better
booting
than
it.
any of us.
Yeah, I'm booting it. I'm in the hallway.
Okay, but we're inside the store. Like, Chelsea, what's going through your head right
Okay.
now? Do we want to like try and rush these guys out, or do we want to take control of the room? Like, I'm thinking if we pull guns right now and get control of every gang member in the store,
Oh God.
don't shoot anyone. Just have them under control to see if it's more of their guys outside.
Oh God. Oh God. This
You know
could
what?
take
I'm
years
down
to
for
kill.
that. Let's do that.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm down to
Like,
kind
as soon as
of like
this gunshot
get ready.
happens, Chelsea and I are like drawing our weapons. On
I'm gonna
these
draw
guys,
my
or is that-
rifle.
Everybody's like, nobody shoot. What the fuck is going on?
So after these gunshots do ring out in the building, the piranha guys don't really like explicitly react. They just sort of
Oh.
like they don't really move, do anything. They just kind of stay chill. The one guy grabs the briefcase from the counter and he starts to walk away to the room behind here. So he disappears. And the two other Voodoo gang members definitely hasten their pace. They don't start explicitly running, but they do start moving a lot faster, like out of the room.
What if we kill all the piranhas and take the drugs back and sell
Oh
them to someone
my
else?
God.
The two guys,
Oh, no.
the two guys that were sitting behind the TV playing video
Fuck's sakes.
games appear a little like sketched out. The one guy reaches forward and grabs his pistol and kind of like sticks it in the front waistband of his pants. Chelsea, you notice that. But other than that, they both continue kind of like playing video games
What
and
the fuck?
don't really take much notice. So Tony and Chelsea, you guys are still in the room. The two Voodoo gang members have just left the store and they have kind of like hastily began heading out. Hunter, what you do see is immediately after these gunshots go off, you do see within your line of sight, I mean, you've got kind of like a very limited cone of vision from where you are right now. You can see about that much. Like you can pretty much see the front of the store and like everything around here and this main alleyway. But you do see the two Yakuza gang members. Both of them turn. This one kind of takes a bit of a step out of your line of sight to where you presume to be the front entranceway to the apartment building, and the other one turns and actually kind of like ducks inside of the mall, and both of which just immediately start like after the first couple gunshots and then the full automatic like machine gun burst, they both just start like mag dumping in that general location out towards the city streets.
Okay, well, I ready my rifle, of course, and
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, very nice.
Okay, so Dana, you're out on the street, right?
I don't know. That's Eric's obviously the situational organizer here, but my goal was to let you guys know I was going out the door on the phone and then burst through the fucking front door with my LMG
Jesus.
holstered on my waist.
Very nice. So
Very
Dana,
accurate.
as you run out the front door here, I'll get
Not like right out, but I'm using the door as cover.
okay.
So like open the door and you're behind
Like,
the
kick
door.
the fucking
This
door
is
and,
gonna
like,
be
poke the
hot,
fucking-
man.
Isn't it a
So-
glass door?
Yes, so it is. The front door there is
Oh,
glass.
true.
And Dana,
fuck that.
as you approach, one of the Yakuza gang members mentions to you. He says, "I don't know what the hell is going on, but someone just opened fire on that car." And
That was-
as you approach and look out, Dana, you do notice that the driver of the car is now like outside of the car. He's like kicked open the driver door and he's like hunkered down beside it. He's got an SMG pulled out as well, and he's kind of like hiding down behind it. And across the street, like almost not actually quite close to where that car is. I gotta just draw this. It's kind of hard. Like almost like right beside it is another vehicle that's sort of like rolled up right beside it and kind of like parked on a bit of an angle.
God damn.
And Dana, I'll get you and everyone else to roll for initiative. Actually,
Dope.
Here we
do
go,
you guys
baby.
want to? Do you guys like? I'm down to call it there. Or do you guys want to keep going? Like it's up to you guys. Like I know it can get a bit into the
Keep
weeds
going.
here, but it's
Oh, fuck
I'm down
yeah.
to keep
Keep
going.
going, baby.
It's hard to stop now.
okay.
Yeah,
Do we
can-
add anything to our initiative,
Of
or
course,
it's just
if you-
whatever we get on the dice?
So you basically roll the 10-sided, and then you add your reflex, and that's it.
Okay.
Oof, I only had a 12.
I got 11.
Oh wait, Eric, if I have the combat sense, can I add that as well?
Yes, you add the combat sense as well.
Good call,
I got
Tony.
13.
Okay, very nice.
Sorry, Hunter.
No, you're good.
R.I.P.
That means I'm going before you.
It's
I got
okay. I'm just
21.
sitting in the window. It's not like I can't even see anybody yet.
True.
Tony, you got
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Tony, you got 21.
Yeah.
Tony's just gonna grenade everyone again and finish the job for us.
Just going for it again.
God.
Throw a grenade out the window.
Fuck sakes.
Oh, Tony's going for it again.
Dana, did you roll? What'd you get?
Seems like Dana's going
It's a
for it. He's
12.
the one that fucking He heard gunshots and just charged through the
No, I
mall
got
with a
11.
fucking
Sorry,
LMG.
11.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Wow.
I'm getting in there. I gotta back up your homeboys.
With 11.
He puts away the synth and pulls out the LMG.
Okay.
Except
Very
he has
nice.
no synth.
So, the person that's gonna go first in the order is whoever's opening fire on the vehicle right now. They kind of got a bit of a drop on them, and so Dana, you're able to get kind of like a bit of a quick sort of peek at this, but basically all that you guys hear is two full auto like machine gun bursts basically come from behind, and you see two silhouetted figures basically pop up from behind the vehicle that's pulled up almost like sort of kitty corner to the one that's right here. I'm just gonna copy this guy
Oh
and
shit.
paste. So this is the guy that's behind the vehicle here. You see two figures peek out from behind, one from the rear of the vehicle and the other from the hood in the front of the car, and both of which just absolutely just rip a machine gun burst in the general direction. One of which goes towards the Yakuza gang member that's behind the door and also kind of like Dana hunkered down there. The other one
fuck.
goes directly towards the guy that is behind the main engine block of the car that is kitty corner to it. Sorry, I'm just pulling up stuff right now.
Wait, so someone shoots at like one of Hunter's guys up on the
Yes.
roof?
No, no, both of Hunter's guys are down, kind
On
of
the
like
ground, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
one's
thought
down
that.
in front here, and the other guy is right there. The other Yakuza guy took cover into the actual apartment block, so one of these shots is going to be going towards him, and the other one is going to be going towards that guy right there. So the first SMG burst is going to be a 10-round burst.
I'll be right back.
Next, after that is going to be Tony. So Tony, if you want, while I'm doing this, if you want to figure out exactly what you want to roll for, or what you're thinking of doing, you can kind of like plan that out, what you want to do in your turn. But these guys are basically just going to do 2 machine gun bursts. I'm kind of just flipping through my book right here. I'm kind of fumbling with it right now.
Dope.
Okay, well. No. These guys are shooting at the car of the guys we're supposed to be protecting.
Yeah.
Now, I feel as though we should almost do what we originally wanted to, and I don't know, I want to know what color of shirts these guys who are shooting are wearing. If they're wearing yellow, then we can assume they're in the Piranha game, and we can basically just take over the room that we're in.
Oh my god.
Yes!
But vice versa.
There's 100K on the line.
There's 100,000 that we could jack from our voodoo guys. Sorry.
What? No, the 100,000, babe, is the Piranhas have the drugs, not the cash.
But voodoo got the cash.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not
if
fucking.
they
Well,
have
the
to
drugs
get
are
killed
still
to a
clearly
shootout.
worth 100,000. So if we get, oh yeah,
True.
those voodoo boys
True.
could be.
Well said.
The voodoo boys have
Hey,
the
look-
money,
Look,
and
I'm
we
not
could kill
there,
the
okay? I'm
piranhas
not
and
there.
get the drugs and resell the drugs. Just saying, and get more money.
Oh my god, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
So you know
Some
what?
bullets
That
might go astray. I don't
is
know.
a plan that I can agree on. So we take control of this room, kill everyone in the room except for the voodoo guys, and then take the drugs with us, and we'll just sell them off at a later time.
So the first submachine gun burst from the one guy behind this vehicle, basically that was directed towards this guy. The driver of the vehicle that bailed out actually managed to get out in time and hide behind the engine block of the car. So all of the rounds that were directed towards him just completely like riddled the side of the car, and none of them actually got through to him. The other one on the far side, the far side, that were directed towards that guy. Let me just roll those ones as well. But they actually didn't explicitly hit him, but they did create a suppressive fire zone. So he dumped 20 rounds in this area right here towards that guy. So anyone that tries to move through this area or this zone right in front here is going to chance getting hit by some of the bullets that he basically sprayed down into this alleyway. So Tony, it's your go. Tony, what do you want to do?
Wasn't he
Alright,
looking
Kel,
at
so
the
we're pretty
colors?
set on taking over this room, eh?
Well, weren't you looking at the colors of the people shooting at us first? Because if it's piranha,
Well,
yeah, let's fuck them up.
If I try to do that, I'm going into the range and like risk getting shot in the head or something.
Oh yeah. There's probably no window
call
that
you
you
guys.
can see.
I
is
can
there?
see these people.
But your turn's not for a little bit.
True. Well said. Thank you.
I'm sorry to put you in your place a little
No,
bit.
no.
But I mean, if we don't really give a shit otherwise, I mean, this is the
Don't.
Piranha game. We kind of already started a little gang war with them when I blew them the fuck up.
To
So
be
we
fair,
could
they
Yeah,
deserved
just
it.
take these guys out. Basically, tell the voodoo guys, go wait in the corner over there for give us 5 minutes. Kill all the guys, take the drugs, and then escort them back to their car.
So the guy that took the drugs briefcase did depart and went into a back room there. So he grabbed the case after you guys left and walked out.
Is he
Oh, he's
gone from the
gone.
apartment, or is he
No,
just in another room?
He walked from behind the counter, grabbed the case, and he walked into the same room that he came out of with the money and closed the door behind him. So he is gone.
Oh.
You can't. He's not necessarily gone. You just can't see him right now.
He's in the apartment still.
In the store. He went out of the store.
Right.
Tony, you're standing inside of the store right here. So where do you want to do? Do you want to go down to the street? What do you want to do?
Can't do it.
Okay. So the guy who's standing behind the bar, he's looking our way. But the guys on the couch, are they in a proper, like, can they see the guy behind the counter, or are they too concentrated on the TV to really notice him?
They are still playing video games. They're just chilling. They're concentrating on the video games. The guy behind the counter looks slightly unsettled, but he's not moving. He's not really doing anything. He's still just kind of hanging out behind the counter.
Okay, but the guys on the couch, like the guy behind the counter isn't in their view, right? They're not, like, the way they're looking at that wall more than they're looking at him. So if
Yeah.
I
Are
go
they
over,
super focused
like,
at
right
the
in
game?
front of him, they won't necessarily see, like, be looking at me for any reason.
No, they're not. You where you're standing right now is not within the field of view of the people playing the video games. Yes, but you are most certainly in the vision of the guy behind the counter.
Okay.
Up next, so Tony, if you want to figure that out, next after this is going to be Chelsea. So if you want to think about what you want to do, but Tony, what do you want to do? I mean, you can move out onto the street, head that way.
I'll do whatever plan you want to do, Tony. I'll back you up on it.
You want to fucking go for it? Go
I
for
kind
it.
of want to kill the piranhas.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to very slowly walk back over, like, to the guy in front of the counter, very calmly, like, get right in front of him.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I wish I brought my sword with me. I have a machine gun under my poncho and a few grenades, but I don't actually have, like,
Oh my
my
god.
sword would have been pretty awesome here.
Point blank machine gun.
Can
Fuck.
let me see here. Yeah, can I use my oh. Yeah, fuck it. Can I use my martial arts on this guy?
He's behind the counter. I mean, you can certainly try.
Yeah, can I grab
Like,
him from
grab
behind the
him.
counter
A flying
and basically throw him
Kung
over
Fu
the
kick
counter,
to the
back
jaw.
onto the side that I'm on?
Bash his head onto the counter.
Noise kick.
Okay.
Check noise.
Yeah, I mean, sure. So, whatever martial arts you're trying to do, you can make a grapple attempt. And yes.
Okay. So with that, do I add the martial art, the bonus?
Yep. Your
add my
your
body to
your reflex skill, your martial arts skill, and a 10-sided die roll.
Reflex.
Okay, I got a 26.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. He rolled a 15, so you're able to basically get up, reach over the counter, and you've now grabbed onto his upper torso. From here, what do you want to do? Do you want to basically try to, like, strike him, like slam him down, sort of thing, onto the counter, or
Actually, you know what? I
You
assume
could-
that
you could
Chelsea's basically watching what's happened, so she'll be ready for her turn. But I'm actually gonna throw him onto the couch with the other guys.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and get into that back room as quickly as possible. So I'm reaching over, grabbing him, and throwing him towards the other ones, sitting on the couch.
FYI, I also don't have high rifle skills or anything like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure they're not wearing any armor, and I'm there with a gun too. So,
True.
or should I just try to kill this guy right away?
The throw would be good. I mean, if we're just chatting, the throw would be good because it would also, like, discombobulate the guys on the couch.
It's up to you, Tony.
Not to direct it anywhere or anything, but
Well, let me see. If I tried to just, like, very quietly, like, choke this guy out, that would be under Holt. No, choke. Sorry, there's an entire category there. My bad.
Yeah. So basically, they take 1d6 of damage per turn. Since you've already got them in a chokehold, I'm gonna say since this is your like third action, you're gonna be able to make this like choke attack without any penalties or whatever. But yes, you can basically grab him and throw him into a chokehold since you've already successfully grappled him. So it's up to you.
Okay,
You can either throw him and basically just make like an athletics check to try to throw him to a specific point, or you can just try to lock him into a chokehold and do damage to him.
Yeah, I'll lock him into a chokehold then.
Okay, all right. So you can roll 1d6 and deal potentially that much damage to him.
Do I add whatever bonus I have with my martial art in the choke category?
In
Yes.
combat,
yes,
don't
yes,
you?
yes, you do to damage there.
Wait, Chelsea, what did you say?
Don't you also have combat sense? So wouldn't that also increase your roll?
That's just you only add that to initiative and your like perception checks.
Okay, I get it.
Okay.
But yep, go ahead, Tony.
Choke. So I rolled a 3 and I have a +1, so I got 4.
Okay, 4. So since he does have he has a body type modifier of -1, so he's gonna take. So you rolled a 4 total. So he's gonna take 3 points of damage. So as you like try to suffocate him, basically, he takes 3 points.
Fuck.
However, he's still in like the light category of injury, so he's basically like struggling behind the counter there. Chelsea, it's your turn.
Fuck. And the guys on the couch
Tony's
haven't
just
noticed
fucking-
this yet, right?
So Tony grabbed him. The two guys that are playing video games haven't noticed this yet. No.
And do I know which one has the gun?
Yeah, you watched
The
them.
one on the far right has the gun.
I like to walk up to him behind the couch and point my rifle directly at his temple if I can. And warn him if he decides
damn.
to pull any shit right now that he will meet Jesus.
Okay,
Ah.
very nice. But you're not explicitly going to shoot him, or
Not
I
at
guess
the
you're gonna
moment.
delay until they decide to do anything. I suppose. I'd say so. At any point, you can delay any of your actions that you want to do until the subsequent action of someone else. So you can say like, okay, I'm gonna wait here, and then I will attack when like Hunter moves here or something like that. Is basically what you can
I'm
do.
gonna delay my other two if I can. I'm gonna at least like hold him hostage in a way and be like, if you use your gun, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, very nice.
Because he's the one with the gun, at least that I know of, in the room, while Tony potentially finds the other guy with the drugs.
Okay. So up next, Hunter. Did you roll for initiative?
Hunter, you're muted.
Oh yeah.
Beep beep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
I had 11.
Okay, you did. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, Hunter, you're up next, and then it's Dana.
Okay. I still basically have only heard the gunshots, right? And my
Yes,
guys
and you're
start
hanging
for
out
cover.
there. You saw your Yakuza guys basically peel off and start to fire off down the alleyway there.
I mean, I guess I'll pass until until further notice.
I mean, you can leave and try to head down to another apartment, or you can stay in this position that you're at right now.
No, as long as I have a good view of those front doors, I'm pretty happy where I am.
Okay, right on. And Dana, what are you saying?
So I can see the guys firing upon the gang that we're helping out right now, the driver.
Yep, you can see two guys basically both peeked over the kind of like one over the hood of the car and then one over sort of the trunk of it, both of which just fired two submachine gun bursts at one actually towards your position. So they've created this kind of like suppressive fire area right in front of you. So if you decide to head out into here, you're going to have to chance getting actually hit by a bullet.
Okay.
The other one fired at the guy
but I
behind.
can fire from where I am now.
Yeah, you can do that.
And it's just a front door.
Yeah. Do you want? Yeah. So
I'd
you're
like to slide the. I'd like to slide the door open slightly, lie down, deploy the bipod on this thing, and fire like, oh Jesus Christ, 6 bursts of 2 rounds each.
Okay, so you can do a
At the
20.
guy on the right.
The guy on the right. So you'll either be able to make like basically 2 shots or a single 20-round burst at the one guy here, and he's just within your field of view.
So 1 20-round boost or 2 10-round bursts. What you're saying?
One 20-round burst or 2 single shots.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the 1 20-round burst. Fuck it. This guy needs to go.
Very nice. Okay, so you can do a roll a 10-sided die, and this guy is within. I'd say he's definitely within a quarter of your long range, so not at point blank, but you're gonna have to roll a 15 to hit. Every point above 15 is going to be a bullet that potentially hits him. Actually, yes. But
so I have a heavy weapons of 5. I rolled a 3 on my dice.
Yep.
And I'm using
your reflex.
Okay, so 3. That's a 20. Or no, 15, sorry.
Okay, so that was 15 was the total?
Yeah, that's a 15. Laid down, put that shit down, and fired a 20.
So Danny, you fired
20 shots.
You fired a 20-round burst at him, and one of the rounds potentially did hit him, because you rolled exactly on what you needed to hit to actually hit him based on the range. Actually, and let me just see here. You are at. Let me just see if you're within close range, but I'm pretty sure that'll only be 1 round. Yeah. At close range. Oh no. For every so you had 1 for every 10 rounds fired at close range, and you were at close range, so you're going to hit him with 3 rounds. So roll 10-sided die 3 times to determine the 3 different body parts or potential areas that you would have hit him with those 3 rounds that you did hit him with.
Okay,
so you
I got a 7, a 2, and an 18.
Okay. It's just a 10-sided die. You don't add anything to it.
Or sorry, that's a 20. Fuck me, idiot.
Nope.
You only use
10-sided.
10-sided.
Yes, I know. I rolled the 20 3 times.
No,
so
you up to 10. You only get 10.
You only roll a 10-sided die. There's no 20-sided die.
Yes, I know. And I have to roll it 3 times, right?
Don't add them up.
Yes, I'm not.
How are you getting a 20 with a 10-sided die, Dana?
Hey, is it your turn there, Katya? No, I'm the one shooting the big gun. All right, God damn it.
It's a 10-sided die.
I got a 7, I got a 5, and let's do the last one here. I got a 3. 7, 5, and 3.
There you go.
Okay.
And
7,
when it
5,
says, yeah, and when it says damage under the gun, it says 66 plus 2.
Okay.
So is that for each bullet? There's no way.
Roll for damage. You'll roll for damage once, and it'll do that much damage to every limb. So you managed to hit him in the torso, the right arm, and the leg. So roll for your damage, and that'll be basically dealt to each and every one of those guys' limbs.
Jesus Christ. This app is dope, man. I can roll all this shit. I got 25.
Okay. So each of those rounds basically like bam, they hit him right in the chest, the right arm, and the leg. And
fuck.
As you spray him with your machine gun, he just basically like he just like disappears in kind of like a cloud of red mist as you like spray the back hood of the car with your LMG, and
oh my god,
he disappears behind the hood of it, not to be seen.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Nice. M60 always pays off, baby. I'm gonna name it the Pig.
And that'll pretty much conclude your turn there, Dana.
Nice.
Hunter went. Okay. So the piranha guy behind the counter that has been restrained by Tony, he is going to try.
Right here at the moment.
Okay. He's basically going to try to break out of this grapple That has just been presented by Tony. Oh, and he also took damage as well. Okay. So he's going to remain grappled. The other two guys behind the couch are basically just going to sit tight. The one doesn't reach for his gun that Chelsea has the gun pressed up behind his head. He's just going to sit tight. And the other guy behind him definitely looks on edge as well. Both of them stop playing video games, but neither of them move.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mood ruiner.
You're gonna need a robot cop from the Whipper Dot. Pray your mother don't get caught by a crooked cop. Say another word, it might fuck with